people are so caught up in Warriors mania, Warriors playoff mania right now, that the more information that we can give them, I think that's what they're crying for. That's what they need. That's what we want to give them, and there's no degree that we won't go to give them every piece of information we have available to us.
And presiding over the craziness from his spot above the basketball floor at the Oracle Arena is longtime radio voice of the Warriors, Tim Roy.
Tim Roy is one of the few play-by-play men that don't have a partner. He's like kind of the old school. He does it by himself.
A veteran basketball announcer, Tim has been the Warriors' play-by-play man for over a decade, and he grew up with a deep interest in sports and technology.
Well, I was the kid in 7th grade who would hide the transistor underneath the pillow and listen to games late at night when I was supposed to be sleeping.
What many fans who listen to Tim and the play-by-play broadcasts may not realize is that he depends on a variety of high-tech tools to make the basketball action come alive.
With all the broadcasts that I've worked with, and I've worked with Oakland Raiders, I've worked with the San Francisco 49ers, I've worked with all the college teams here, this is far and away the most technology-savvy broadcast.
What we like to do is use technology to our advantage. If we can get a soundbite off a FTP site from, say, the Miami Heat, and we can use it in our broadcast, we'll go ahead and do that.
Text messaging plays an important role as information can be easily accessed and relayed while the game is in progress.
RC had heard me talking about the fact that a player on Minnesota was one of the better players ever to come out of Ole Miss, University of Mississippi. So he did a quick, Google search, and instantly I had, via instant messaging, I had a list of players who had played at Mississippi who had gone on to play in the NBA, and I was able to take that list and incorporate it into the broadcast within a matter of seconds.
As technology moves forward, I don't see any reason why radio wouldn't try to keep pace.
The availability of file sharing and high-speed internet connections are transforming how Tim and the Warriors prep for broadcasts, especially during those long road trips away from the Warriors' home arena.
It saves me time because in the old days, give you a case in point, we do a weekly show on the Warriors and the NBA. In the old days when we would travel with a team, I'd have to find a studio, a radio station, an open studio, maybe an engineer, hire that engineer for an afternoon and spend 4 or 5 hours at a station just to do one 1-hour show. Now, secret be told, I can do a good chunk of that show in my hotel room, and it cuts down on the amount of time I have to spend actually doing the show.
What radio listeners don't know because they can't see is that Tim actually surfs the internet while he's broadcasting the games.
You're able to do a quick search off Google or something like that. My producer does a lot more of those because obviously I have to keep my eye on the play. But we're able to do that, and via using instant messaging or text messaging in some places, we're able to communicate and maybe add that little extra nugget of information that kind of ties up what we're talking about into a nice little bow.
The Warriors' use of technology in broadcasts has placed them in the upper ranks of Bay Area sports teams and is getting noticed around the NBA.
And I think that as other teams begin to become aware that this is happening, and I know that they are, because I'm working with them, they become interested, and maybe will be something that the NBA, that will be seen throughout the NBA.
Nobody does what the Warriors do. Nobody does it to the degree that the Warriors do it. Going back 20 years, 10 years with the Raiders, with the A's, with the Giants, other teams, yes, their information flow, their information access is better. It's not where the Warriors are today. The Warriors have made leaps and bounds beyond what anybody else is doing.
So the next time you listen to a radio broadcast of the Golden State Warriors, remember that the information you're hearing is probably only a mouse click away.